Hi guys, how are you today? Welcome back to my channel Adventures in America.
But before we get started, please like this video, and if you haven't subscribed to my channel, please subscribe and hit that notification bell.
And for today's topic, we are going to discuss the interview waivers for non-immigrant US visas. Let's get started. U.S. Secretary of State Blinken, in consultation with the Department of Homeland Security, expanded the interview waivers for certain non-immigrant visas. U.S. consulars abroad can waive the interview requirements for certain non-immigrant visas in the same classification. So previously, applicants for non-immigrant visas whose expiration is within the last 12 months can avail of this interview waiver. Now, Secretary Blinken expanded the non-immigrant visas where you can avail of an interview waiver and whose expiration is in the last 48 months instead of the last 12 months. And this policy is in effect until December 31, 2021. Now, which visa categories can avail of the interview waiver? Now, the first part of this video will discuss certain non-immigrant visas where you can avail of the interview waiver. We'll also discuss the interview waiver for renewals of tourist visas or B1, B2 visas. There are certain eligibility criteria or requirements before you can renew it without applying for in-person interview. Now, here are the visa categories. The Department of State has waived the in-person interview requirement for nationals of eligible countries applying for F, M, and academic J visas, such as students, professors, research scholars, short-term scholars, or specialists, subject to certain conditions. Now, this program is valid until December 31st, 2021. Now, here are the qualifications for F1, M1, and J1 visas. The F1 visa is for academic students, the M1 is for vocational students, and the J1 is for exchange visitors or exchange students, which include academic professors, research scholars, short-term scholars, or specialists. So, visa applicants are those previously issued of these visas and you were not previously refused. Now, here are the requirements. First, you must pay the visa application fee. I will send the link below in my description. Second, complete the non-immigrant visa application, which is DS-160. And third, you must create an account. Now, if you qualify for the interview waiver, you must print the interview waiver letter containing the document checklist. Now, here is the procedure once you qualify for an interview waiver. You will receive an interview waiver confirmation letter containing a document checklist. You need to print 2 copies of the interview waiver checklist or document. Also, you must pay for your Form 1901 SEVIS fee before submitting your documents. Now, drop off your passport to any to-go outlet together with the following documents: interview waiver confirmation letter, current and old passports with previous US visa, DS-160 confirmation page, and 2 photos size 2 by 2 inch on glossy paper in color, white background, unretouched, taken within the last 6 months. So please do not submit the same photograph that you submitted in your previous application. Now, for F1 and M1 applicants, an approved Form 120 from your U.S. educational institution. And for academic J1, you need to provide an approved DS-2019 from the U.S. sponsor. Now, step 4 is deliver your documents to any to-go outlets. Now, if your visa is approved, your passport will be delivered at your address. Please remember that using the interview waiver checklist does not guarantee visa issuance. So if you are not granted an interview waiver, you must appear for your interview for F1, M1, and J1 visa. Now, here is the procedure for those who have non-immigrant visas such as B1, B2, and they are expiring within the last 48 months. You can apply for an interview waiver under certain conditions, and you must meet eligibility requirements or criteria. Repeat travelers to the US may renew their visa or B1, B2 visa without going for an in-person interview. And here are the requirements. Now, you must answer yes to all the eligibility criteria. And even though you answered yes, you must also provide the documents such as the interview waiver letter and the supporting documents to a to-go outlet. Now, these are the criteria that you must comply for an interview waiver. First, you have a previous B1, B2 visa that you wish to renew. Second, your prior visa was valid for 10 years. Third, the prior visa is still valid or has expired within the last 48 months. Fourth, you have in your possession the passport with your previous visa from the same visa category for which you now wish to apply. Fifth, the name, the date of birth, and gender on your last visa are the same. Now, if there are changes regarding to your marriage or annulment, you must submit the latest marriage certificate or annulment papers. Number 6, your most recent visa was issued on or after your 14th birthday. 7th, the last time you applied for a visa, it was approved. And 8th, you have not requested an extension or change of status through USCIS. Now, all of these criteria, you must answer yes, then you can be eligible for an interview waiver. Now, if you got married, you must submit an original certificate of marriage from the Philippine Statistics Authority, or if you got annulled, you must submit the declaration of nullity of marriage, whichever is applicable. Now, for applicants who are under 14 years of age and over 79, I'm going to send the link below in my description regarding the procedure. Now, if you answer no to any of these questions, you must proceed or schedule an interview online. I'm also going to send the link below in my description. Now, if you answered yes to all of the requirements, you can now proceed to the next steps where you can submit the documents. Step 1 is to pay the application visa fee. Second step is to complete and fill out the application form or DS-160. You need to save it and print it. Step 3 is to register an account, and I'm going to send the link below in my description. Now, here are the documents that you needed to have for submission to the US Embassy. Now, if you qualify for the interview waiver requirement, you needed to print the interview waiver letter together with the following documents. Now, print 2 copies of the interview waiver confirmation letter, one for your records and the one is for your application. Now, if you qualify for the interview waiver, you will receive an interview waiver letter. You need to print 2 copies. One is for your records and one is for your application. Now, gather all the documents, including the interview appointment letter. Now, you can drop off your passport. Your passport must be valid for at least 6 months and beyond, and submit the additional documents to any to-go outlet. Now, here are the supporting documents. First, interview waiver confirmation letter. Second, current and old passport with previous B1, B2 visa. And third, 2 photos in color in white background and retouched, size 2 by 2 inch on glossy paper, taken within the last 6 months. You also needed to submit your new photo and DS-160 application form. Failure to submit will result in denial of the interview waiver. Step 4 is to deliver all the documents together with your passport to any to-go outlet. I will also send the link below in my description. Step 5, if your interview waiver is approved, your passport and visa will be delivered to your address. Please take note that using the interview waiver service does not guarantee visa issuance. Now, if you submit an incomplete or inaccurate application, you will have to go for an in-person interview. Now, for any of you who have availed of this interview waiver service for any of the non-immigrant visa categories, please share your experience below. I would really appreciate it. Thank you guys for supporting my channel, and if you have any other questions or comments, please post them down below and I will get back to you as soon as I can. Thank you guys for watching. I hope everyone is staying safe and have a great day.